Wilson, and what's Christmas without a beautiful striplet card? I love the way this one came out. So I'll show you what we'll be using. We have our berry bough, doing a little bit of accenting. The Let It Snow snowflake, beautiful sentiment. Here is our stitch snowflake striplet. I'm going to add a little bit of a corner with the Snowflake Flourish and corner die. And of course our classic poinsettia for our floral element. So I'm going to start and just show you a little bit with this striplet. It comes in two different sections. I'm going to use the inner decorative section onto a piece of vintage silver card, and I'll just put it into place about like that. And I'm going to give you a quick measurement before we cut. This piece is 5 3/4 by 6 1/2. So I'm going to just run this through the platinum machine, put a little bit of decorative detail into it. There we go. Okay. Take our bits out and pop this out. So you can see I've got a beautiful, very modern snowflake look there as the design. So I've got one I've done earlier. So I'm going to just switch gears, go over to this one. So what I wanted to do was add some detail behind it. So I put a piece of sticky adhesive sheet, and I'm just going to peel that up. And we are going to add some ice snow to that to give that real frosty look to our striplet. Bring that in. Oops, quite a bit there, didn't need as much. But we will pick it up on our piece of copy paper there, and we can put it all back in. There we go. Okay. So I've added some mounting foam to the back of this to raise it over that. So I'm going to peel the backing off. Oops, get that. And I wanted to support that striplet really well, so I've got a piece in the middle here. So I'm going to line that up right over the top. And you'll see all that really, really pretty ice snow coming through that. And I really wanted to frame that. So what I've done is I've gone back to my striplet, but this time I've used just the outer piece. And this makes a beautiful frame, and you can use it as a center aperture. So I'm going to use the die in the middle, just get it centered nice and evenly. I'm going to run this one through. And although it'll cut out the striplet and give you a pretty border edge, you can also use this as a frame. Okay, so I've done one earlier and added a little bit of mounting foam to this one, and we want to raise this up to go around our striplet and really, really draw the eye in and accentuate it. There. Just carefully get a hold of it and center it over the striplet. Let me just lean in a little, make sure I get it nice and even. That looks pretty good. I'm going to bring in my base piece. Also mounting foam. I've done my paper piercing around the edge. I've added a little bit of silver as a mat to tie in that same color. I'm going to put that right over the top of this. Okay, so now we want to add our accents and our sentiment and all that. So first thing I've done is cut the snowflake corner. I've added a little pearl to that. We're going to put that right up into the corner so we'll know exactly where that's going to sit. There we go. Get a hold of that. So it's tone on tone here, but you've got some beautiful debossed detail to that. So I'm going to sit that right there. Now I have cut a couple of the Let It Snow snowflakes, and I just want to add a bit of shimmer to this. So because it's detail, rather than cutting into it with that on it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the top with some spray glue. Just a nice layer. Okay. Before I do anything with this, I want to add some pearls to it. And I've got the sticky on there already, so I'm just going to pop some pearls into the center of those snowflakes. There are 5 of them here I want to put pearls in the middle of. Oops, stay. And get that last little guy. There we go. Let me make sure they're all nice and centered and secure. And now what I want to do is add the glitter over the top of that. And that way you don't have to worry about your pearls not sticking to the glitter. I'll tell you what, I'll use the same piece. Let me just fold it the other way around. There we go. And this is Diamond Snow. It's just a solid white, beautiful glitter. And that'll pick up all of that exposed adhesive. So you have a really, really pretty shiny look to that. Isn't that lovely? And your pearls will stay on nicely. I'm going to use a little bit of spray glue on the back now. And I'm just going to bring in a tiny bit of glue to some of these larger areas here to help it stay in place. We'll put that right off to the side here. Really like that sentiment. And then we're going to add our floral element with the classic poinsettia. Now I've done a couple of these and I've added a bit of the glitter kiss to it. So I've got the silver chrome glitter kiss and I've done first few here, and this last one I'm just going to use my finger and just pop it onto the edge. You can use the applicator if you like. You can use a paintbrush if you don't want to get too messy. Just a tiny bit onto the edge, and you can layer it up, have it a little bit darker, lighter, spread it out. I just wanted to have a shimmer to tie in all that same silver color. There we go. And it dries very quickly. And the lovely thing about this product is once it's dry, the glitter doesn't flake off. So it's really nice. There we go. Let me just grab a tissue. Okay. We can put our poinsettia together. I've done 2 of each side, and we've just sort of offset them a little bit. I've also got a satin ribbon here that we are going to add in. So I'm going to place that first with a glue dot in the corner. Pop that into the corner, and I'm going to put my flowers together, just offsetting it slightly. Give that tiny second. Add with a couple of glue dots. So I can put that right over the knot on that. I can add the second little guy in above that. Oops. There we go. I'm going to move that over just a tiny bit. We'll get that one on the corner underneath that and do a little bit of accenting with our berry boughs. Now I've cut these out of silver, so I'll bring them in. And I've got a couple different sizes here. Just going to take a little bit of that stem off so we can add some that way, this way, around like this, just lifting up the edges of the poinsettia. You can put a few in the front if you like. You can add them around the back. Really nice little accent piece to put anywhere. There we go, and I think I'll just add that right under this last poinsettia there. There we go. So how is that for a beautiful Christmas striplet card? I just love the way they are so simple but elegant. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget, look at our Party Craft blog and our YouTube channel.